guys, it's me, Meteor, and welcome to another edition of What is Kirby Canon? This time, we're talking about the artists. Granted, this is not the most exciting topic for a lot of people, but with Triple Deluxe and Rainbow Curse recently released, there's actually a lot of lore to talk about. Before we address that, however, let's start off with a topic that has led to a lot of discussion from people. I'm of course talking about Ado and Adeline. It's been discussed constantly whether Ado and Adeline are separate people, or if they're the same person. This whole debate started when Kirby 64 released, and they were trying to differentiate Ado and Adeline as separate characters for some unknown reason. Of course, it doesn't matter, because thanks to the Kirby 20th Anniversary Encyclopedia release in Japan, it pretty much confirms that Ado and Adeline are the same person. And thanks to one of my fans by the name of TeoEXE, he was actually able to translate this for me, so therefore I could quote this book without looking like an idiot. This is actually handled under a subheading called Are They Separate People, Ado and Adeline? It actually talks about how they both have similar appearances, similar special abilities, and even similar fighting styles when their bodies were being controlled by dark matter. However, when we read this excerpt under Ado, it actually reads, "It's also possible that her real name is Adeline and that Ado is just a nickname, therefore confirming that Ado is in fact a girl, and if you compare Ado's name with the Japanese name for Adeline, which is Adorinu, Ado is just a short term of that. Not to mention when you look at the name box for the bosses in Kirby's Dream Land 3, there's not enough space to even fit Adorinu in there in the first place." Add into the fact that the 20th Anniversary art book included in the Dream Collection lists Adeline under characters, but not Ado, so we can probably safely assume that Ado and Adeline are in fact the same person. Now, let's move on. Adeline was not the only painter to get all sorts of speculation behind her. We also have Drasha. When Drasha was first released and showed her off her soul form, people were claiming there were Japanese texts or Japanese manga that confirmed that Drasha sold her soul to Zero. This, of course, was just a complete fallacy because no such texts actually exist. People eventually even started claiming that Canvas Curse was not actually canon to the storyline because it was just a spin-off game. I personally never believed this and always thought that Canvas Curse was canon, and you know what? It was! This was first confirmed in Kirby Triple Deluxe when we fought Paintra. You see, the pause screen description for Paintra actually states she originates from a painting of two sisters who were separated at birth, therefore confirming that Paintra is actually Drasha's sister and that they both exist. What's even more interesting is actually the description for Paintra's DX form. The pause screen description actually states that she was brought to life by a painter using a mysterious brush, and it's actually saying whether the painter actually regrets giving her form. There are only two painters I'm aware of who could actually give life to objects. These two painters are Paint Roller and Adeline. Now, Aline is another one, but she never actually brought anything to life, but I'll discuss that a little bit later. I'd like to believe that it's Adeline, because Adeline's the only one who's really made friends with Kirby who would have any regrets of actually making that painting, whereas Paint Roller has about as much character depth as Pawn and Con. Remember those guys? Yeah, man, talk about fan-favorite characters, am I right? In terms of Aline, however, when I first saw this character, right after Triple Deluxe, I was like, oh man, a sequel to Canvas Curse. Oh man, I bet this is the mysterious painter they were talking about. Oh, they're gonna go into so much story behind Drasha, Paintra. They're gonna open up everything. But in actuality, Rainbow Curse had absolutely nothing to do with Canvas Curse at all. In fact, there's no explanation as to why Kirby is even rolling in the first place in that game. In fact, the only way to really confirm that Rainbow Curse took place after Canvas Curse is the figurine of Drasha, which actually says there was a time when Drasha turned Kirby into a ball, but the relation between Glacia and Drasha is unknown. And that was it. I couldn't really be too upset though, because the story between Aline and Glacia was just adorable. All the pictures that Aline drew, it was good. It was nice to see that Glacia wasn't originally always a bad person. She was actually very nice and friends with Aline. Aline just wanted her friend back, and I thought that was adorable. In fact, similar to Adeline, the only reason why Glacia was acting this way was because she was being possessed by a greater being known as Dark Crafter. Dark Crafter disguised himself as sunglasses so he could actually use Glacia to take over Dreamland and steal all of its colors. But with Aline's help, Kirby was actually put a stop to Dark Crafter. Now if we take a look at Aline's painting prowess, she's able to draw objects and bring them out, but she was never able to bring anything to life. That was pretty much Glacia's doing, and in fact, Olive and Glacia usually used a two-stop process to make things. So therefore, by herself, Olive would not be able to create Drasha and Paintra. That would have to be someone else, because Olive needs the help of someone else to bring things to life. And with that, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the artists of the Kirby series. Next time, we'll start talking about the Mirror World. See you guys next time.